In today's video, we are jumping in to learn more about Jupiter and the Jupe token. But as always, before we get into today's topic, please make sure to drop a thumbs up on the video below if you enjoy these videos. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We are dropping multiple videos every single week, so you're going to want to stay up to date on everything in the rapidly evolving crypto space. So make sure you hit the notification icon as well, so you can get notified when we drop those videos every single week. So without further ado, let's get into the topic of today's video, which is all about Jupiter. So Jupiter and the Jupe token are associated with the Solana ecosystem, and Jupe and Jupiter are representative of the new decentralized exchange called Jupiter. So if you come to jup.ag, jupe.ag, you will find the new Jupiter decentralized exchange. If you're not familiar with what decentralized exchanges are, you can check out some of the other videos on our channel. But basically, they create a way for users, retail investors, or even institutional investors to trade cryptocurrencies and tokens without the need for a centralized intermediary. And they do this by facilitating those swaps and trades with the use of smart contracts on the native blockchain for which the DEX is a part of. So in this case, all of the token swaps and everything that's happening here is going to be happening on the Solana blockchain. So you may be familiar or may not be familiar with other large decentralized exchanges like Uniswap or PancakeSwap, but they are focused on the Ethereum blockchain and the Ethereum ecosystem. So Jupiter is essentially to Solana what Uniswap is to Ethereum. So opening up this whole new world for more decentralization, more token swaps, more trading in a decentralized fashion on the Solana blockchain, and opening up a whole new ecosystem for DeFi and making that entire pie much larger. So we're going to be looking at Jupiter through the lens of these 5 core pillars. Basically, we've already jumped into some of the fundamentals of what Jupiter is. It is a decentralized exchange. As we can see, you can do token swaps. So, for example, if we wanted to swap 100 USDC to Solana, it will give us a quote for that. What you then have to do is connect your wallet. So the typical wallets on the Solana blockchain, like Solflare, you can potentially use MetaMask as well. They have a whole bunch of other wallets that are supported, like the Phantom wallet that is native to Solana as well. Wallet Connect, Ledger, OKX, Coinbase Wallet, Trust Wallet, etc. So basically, what you do is you connect your wallet and then you do that swap or that trade by a smart contract executing the trade by taking the funds from your wallet, swapping it with the token or the coin that you want, and then you receive this token or coin back into your wallet. It all happens very seamlessly, very quickly. They do have a number of other features on the DEX itself. They've got limit orders, so you can set limit orders to buy or trade at a specific price. So once the token or the coin that you want to buy hits a certain price, you can set that limit order for execution at a future date. They also have a DCA, which is very interesting. So you can basically set up a dollar cost averaging strategy to buy into a particular coin or token at a predefined rate. So let's say we wanted to buy 1,000 worth of USDC. We could if we wanted to allocate 1,000 USDC to purchase Solana, we could set that up to do it every single month. We could purchase 100 USDC worth of Solana once per month over the course of however many months we want to do. So we could do that for a full year. We could set up basically, we're setting up here, what we're doing is we're creating a smart contract that says every single month, I want to execute the purchase of $100 worth of Solana for the next 12 months. And once you set up that contract, it will automatically execute that once per month over the course of the next 12 months. You can also do it by second, by minute, by hour, by day. So lots of ways that you can customize this DCA strategy to suit your own needs. They've also got a bridging feature, so being able to swap tokens across different chains, and then this perpetuals feature that is in beta. I don't know a huge amount about it, but very interesting, and they seem to be adding and have a lot of different features to add as part of their roadmap over the next number of months. In terms of narratives, obviously this is a decentralized exchange, and it's also part of the Solana ecosystem, so they would be the two biggest narratives that would be part of Jupiter and the Jupe token. We've done other videos on this channel specifically looking at narratives and how different narratives will have cycle peaks at the top or the height of different bull run cycles. What we've got here, and we looked at this in detail, you can check out the other video on our channel, but basically this is breaking down where the different dexes, so we've got Uniswap, we've got SushiSwap and PancakeSwap. These different dexes all had their all-time highs in the previous bull cycle in around February, March of 2021. So what we did here was we basically mapped the correlation between how these different dexes had their all-time highs about 7 to 8 months before Bitcoin had its all-time high at the end of 2021 in December. You can see on the charts here that clearly all three of these dexes had all-time highs for their respective tokens, Uni, Sushi, and Cake, in the February to March time period, which was about 7 to 8 months before Bitcoin peaked. So obviously Jupiter is part of the Solana ecosystem. It will be interesting to see if there's any correlation between Jupiter and the other dexes when it comes to the top of the next bull cycle and when the Jupe token will ultimately have its all-time high or its peak in the market. But the reason that we look at narratives and the reason that we think about narratives in the context of this whole space is exactly this reason, because there is often, not always, but often correlations between the different narratives and when those narratives will have their cycle top as part of the bull cycle. So this is just one example from the dexes in the previous run. Again, Jupiter is extremely new. It only launched its token and its exchange at the end of January 2024. So we are literally, I think, about 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks into the existence of Jupe.ag and the Jupiter token. So still a lot of room for growth and price action, but will it fall in line with some of these other dexes when it comes to performance in the next bull cycle and when it will hit all-time highs? Obviously that remains to be seen, but definitely a narrative and a pattern worth thinking about and watching. When it comes to technical analysis, Jupe, of course, only being 2 weeks old, has, very little price action and price discovery history that we can go by. But I think, obviously, when it launched immediately through a number of different airdrops, we saw a lot of sell-off with some of the tokens and it hitting peaks of $1.20, but drop back to kind of find its natural price here in about the 65-cent range. It's definitely been downtrending a little bit since then, going from about 65 cents down to, I think, about 48 cents here, if we bring up the actual chart. Yeah, so we trended down from about 68, 70 cents all the way down to about 48 cents. And then we've had a bit of a pickup in the past few days, going back up as high as 50, 55, before kind of bringing it back down to about 52 cents where we stand today. So, Jupiter needs to go on its kind of own price discovery over the course of the next couple of months. But from an ecosystem perspective and, from creating another decentralized exchange on the Solana network, of course, Solana as an ecosystem was hugely popular in the last bull cycle and had a tremendous amount of growth. And I think as we move into the next bull cycle, there is going to be a lot more action happening on the Solana chain in terms of trading, NFTs. And what the DEX allows us to do here is power a lot of that trading, and the amount of liquidity going through this exchange is likely only set to continue to grow over the course of the next few months. In terms of the team, there is a little bit of mystery around Jupiter itself. The founder goes by a pseudonym on Twitter called Meow. And there's not a huge amount of information. If you try to do a bit of a deep dive and try to find the people behind Jupiter Exchange and the Jupe token, there is not a lot of information. But if you want to stay up to date with the people behind it and the founders of the project, then you can definitely check out Meow on Twitter. You'll find lots of information on their profile and learn more about what's going on with Jupiter in this space. When it comes to the tokenomics side of things, Jupiter has a maximum supply of 10 billion Jupe. So because it only launched so recently, basically they've started off with about 13.5% of all the max supply is in circulation within this first couple of weeks with the initial airdrops. So obviously still, very few Jupe of the maximum supply is in circulation at 13.5%. But the tokenomics over the long term they look quite healthy from a community perspective, because basically 50% of all tokens are allocated to be managed by the team. So 20% for current members, 20% for the strategic reserve, and then 10% for liquidity provision for everything that's going on the DEX. And then 50% is going to be distributed to the community. So 4 rounds of airdrops at 10% each, making up 40%. And then another 10% for contributors and grants. So 50% being distributed to community over the course of the next few years is a very healthy number. Typically, I like to see more than 30% going to the community and being floated for retail investors. So it's great to see this number being so high and how that will be distributed out over the course of the next few years. This is broken down, breaking down the 10 billion Jupe again in a similar fashion, showing 50% for the team, 50% for the community, 5 billion, totaling 10 billion that we looked at a moment ago. 75% of this 5 billion being in cold storage, and then breaking down the other 11.5% and 13.5% for community needs and initial airdrops. So lots of interesting stuff going on with Jupiter. Of course, it does need to go on this journey of price discovery over the next couple of months because it is so early and it has only launched in the past couple of weeks. But certainly a lot of hype around the project. It's already breached the top 100 coins at a 700 billion market cap. So it's managed to hold that position around the 100 mark. It was actually 97 or 98 as of a couple of days ago, I think. So we were sitting here at 98 just yesterday. So obviously it needs to go on this price discovery journey, but it is and appears to be quite a robust project from initial launch. It is maintaining this 50 cent mark over the past week or two as a kind of resistance level, and at a 700 billion market cap, it's very healthy for its first 2 weeks. So it'll be interesting to see how this continues to grow and develop over the course of the next few months. We will probably check in for an update in a few months' time to see where the Jupiter token is at, but I think there's no doubt that it is a strong contender within the Solana ecosystem, and the Solana ecosystem is only going to get stronger and continue to grow. So lots of opportunity for people to be using this decentralized exchange, and also for liquidity providers to be earning yields here as well. We might bring another video specifically on that in the near future. But let us know what you think about Jupiter in the comments below. If you've been using it, or if you have any experience with it, have you gotten any Jupe from different airdrops? Let us know below. Let us know where you think the price is going for Jupiter at the height of the next bull run. As always, if you enjoy these videos, make sure you drop a thumbs up below. We would hugely appreciate it to support the algorithm. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already, and hit the bell notification icon to get updates when we drop new videos every single week. As always, we'll catch you in the next one.